2014, Jeff was just 14 years old. They say he was a scrawny kid back then, still dreaming of playing ball, still innocent enough to smile, but innocence don't last long on these blocks. That year, an 18-year-old named Molly Ma got gunned down. He was affiliated with He-Ray Mob, a set that was beefing heavy with Jeff's crew, the Bloodhounds. And while nobody got locked up for the murder, the streets kept whispering the same name, Lil Jeff. Into the Jeep, man, who you think he gonna be? And I'm back with the best true hop channel on YouTube that wouldn't be possible without YouTube. In Chicago, fear is currency. There, it's better to be feared than loved, because love gets you killed. And if there's one name that had the city shook to the core, it was Bloodhound Lil Jeff. His name wasn't just known, it was whispered like a warning. Mothers would pull their kids inside when they heard he was near. Ops would change their routes just to avoid crossing his path. And his enemies? Most of them prayed they never saw his face, because if they did, it was already too late. They say he's responsible for 11 hats, 11 lives lost, and 11 names turned into hashtags. But this ain't just about the killings. This is also about the legend of Bloodhound Lil Jeff, the boogeyman of Chicago, the predator who became the prey. This is the story about power, fear, and the price you pay for both. Now, before we get in this video, if you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button. But if you're one of my day ones, go ahead and drop a like and leave a comment like you always do. Now, without wasting any time, let's get into it. Jeff was just a kid, but his brother Jay Boogie was already a demon in the streets, running with the Bloodhounds. They say Jay pushed Jeff to slide, to prove he wasn't just a kid, to prove he was a Bloodhound, and that's exactly what he did. They say Jeff was the one who pulled the trigger on Molly Ma, catching him slipping outside his own crib, a 14-year-old with his first body, and the whispers never stopped. 2 years later, Jeff's name came up again, this time tied to the unaliving of Rob Monty, a member of the hit squad. See, Rob wasn't just some random op. He was a friend turned enemy. Him and Jeff grew up together, hooping on the same courts, sharing the same block. But when Rob switched sides, Jeff took it personal. They say Jeff slid on Rob in broad daylight, catching him coming out of a corner store. Witnesses heard 3 shots. By the time they ran over, Rob was laid out on the pavement, blood pouring from his chest. No witnesses talked, no arrests were made, but the streets knew. Lil Jeff had just crossed the line from kid to killer. April 2023, the murder that changed everything. Leo Real, a Trap City member, got gunned down in one of Chicago's safest neighborhoods, Little Italy. The streets were stunned, not just by the murder, but by how bold it was. Leo was sitting in a parked rideshare car when Jeff allegedly rolled up and unloaded the clip. No mask, no hesitation, just pure vengeance. Jeff didn't just kill his op, he mocked him. In his track Coffin, he bragged about catching his ops in a fishbowl, a reference to Leo being in a car with untinted windows. It wasn't just a diss, it was psychological warfare, and it worked. Trap City was humiliated, and they wanted revenge. The war between was gunned down in retaliation for a stolen chain. See, in the streets, a chain ain't just jewelry. It's a symbol of power, respect, and territory. And when Drill City jacked a Trap City affiliate's chain engraved with 6-7, it wasn't just theft, it was war. Baby KD was just 16 years old, but he was loyal to Trap City. They say Jeff pulled the trigger himself, catching KD outside his grandma's house. No mercy. The message was clear. You mess with Bloodhound, you pay with blood. But it was more than just revenge. It was personal. The chain was a trophy, and Jeff wore it like a crown. June 8th, 2024, the day the boogeyman got caught slipping. Jeff was on a mission looking for blood. He chased a Trap City member named Man Man up a porch, just like he rapped about, sliding on ops, running down on them. But what Jeff didn't know was that Man Man had a plan. As soon as Jeff hit the porch, gunfire exploded from the house. They say they emptied the whole clip. Bullets ripping through his chest, his body flying back onto the pavement. Q50 and Vert tried to save him, returning fire, but it was too late. Jeff was gone before he even hit the ground. Q50 and Vert did the unthinkable. They at least spun back, scooped Jeff's lifeless body off the street, and rushed him to the hospital. But he was already gone. The boogeyman of Chicago was dead. The same violence he glorified, the same drills he dished out, came back to haunt him. Alright, y'all. Now this one hit different. Another young black life gone. And for what? A rep, some clout, a name, some respect in a world that doesn't even respect us. Lil Jeff wasn't just a killer. He was just a kid as well. A kid who never stood a chance. A kid raised in a war zone, taught that fear equals power and death is a rite of passage. And this isn't just about Lil Jeff. This is a message about all our young kings who don't get a chance to grow up. Boys who are swallowed up by the streets before they even get a chance to realize who they are. In Chicago, in LA, in New York, it's the same story everywhere. Drill music turned from a voice for the voiceless into an anthem for genocide. And we're just sitting here back watching it happen like entertainment. Unfortunately, it's not entertainment, it's real life. And these kids are dying before they even get a chance to live. And we're out here glorifying the killers, making them legends and folk heroes. All the while, the mothers cry over caskets. Ain't nothing legendary about that, and ain't nothing cool about a closed coffin. I only have two questions. One is, why is this part of our culture now? And two, why do black men think this is the only way that they can be remembered? But hey, if you made it this far, that means you put some paint where it ain't. And for that, you need to be thanked. So don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe, share to be aware, put me in that algorithm because I need to be there, man. Because I know there's 10 other streamers out there doing it like me, but fuck that little 10. I'm maxed out.